Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another edition here, another season of the Crank Gather. It's the Crank Gather Season 4 Qualifier Day 2. I'm of course SI VIP with who I'm joined by these amazing players and by the people in the chat as well. Welcome, one and all. Bienvenidos, everyone. Bienvenidos, one and all. Again, we were live yesterday, we were live last night with Day 1 of the Qualifier, covering two big best of 7s to see which teams will advance on into the main event. We're here to find out the next two teams to join them in said main event. Let's go, let's go. Again, for those just tuning in for the first time, for those that are curious, this is a big event that is going to be organized by Crank J1 Choi, good dear friend of ours, of course, and has been organizing this event over on Chijik. This is going to be a replay cast over on Twitch, YouTube, and other platforms, bearing in mind that live broadcast is exclusive to Chijik instead. Did have the opportunity to cover it on Chijik, but most likely we wouldn't actually get much viewership there just because most people don't actually head over there to watch. So alas, instead we settled for a later cast instead. And we're here, we are back, we are live. Once again, this is going to be a team league, a big team league here for StarCraft Evolution. So SC Evo is a mod that does pit together Brood War versus SC2. So these two different iterations of the game, they face up against each other in a team league style format. Let's go, let's go. Again, we had some really fun matches last night, some amazing, especially the PvP, if you recall. The PvP involving Goblin was beautiful. It was crazy. It was crazy. Between Goblin and Cyan, if you recall, on Match Point, that was still the series of the broadcast, the series of the year, to be honest. It was insane. That's a lot to live up to. Meanwhile, we have our next set of teams. It is going to be if we lose, it's Crank's fault versus Point Me Mono. So I did abbreviate it as Crank's fault just because the name is so long, but that is the name of the team. If we lose, it's Crank's fault. It sounds like Crank did kind of pressure these players to come together and to compete, and it's his fault if they lose. True. That Crank. Aye. Those are curious, the team is constructed of basically ex-Jin players. So I have Creator, ex-Jin, Rogue, ex-Jin, SOS, ex-Jin, Trap, ex-Jin as well, and randomly Percival, who again was not ex-Jin, he was more of an upcoming amateur player at the time, but did randomly get thrown into the mix as well. So yeah, it's a really interesting team, basically ex-Jin plus Percival, no Maru, so instead of Maru it's Percival, I guess, as the Terran representative, and no Cure either as well. True, they're in their own respective teams, of course, but yeah, honestly, it's a pretty heavy-hitting team. It's pretty heavy hitting, and they're going to be coming in as one of the favorites. I say one of the favorites because there's still another even more heavier team around the corner. We'll get there. For now, though, again, we do have, if we lose, it's Crank's fault, up against Point Me MonO. If you're familiar with the StarCraft scene, you should be familiar with that team name. Point Me MonO. Who is that? 3point. That's the point section. So 3point, the Korean Zerg player. MonO, HonMonO, Korean Terran player, and me. I had a hard time finding out who that was, or so I say finding out, like guessing who that was, but that is Prome. So Prome, P-R-O-M-E. So that final part of Prome is the me part. So HonMonO, Prome, and 3point, they've come together to create a Point Me MonO. It's shaking my head. It was hi. They're the 3-player team. I would say that they have a lot of potential. They're very strong players, especially in the best of 1 format. Remember, it's a best of 7, but constructed by all these best of 1s with a 1-player revive available as well. HonMonO is hyper aggressive and hyper cheesy. 3point hyper aggressive as well. Prome can be very experimental with his builds. I do actually really like them playing together, but it is a bit of a shame that they're up against, again, Crank's fault, they're up against ex-Jin. So that's it's brutal that they're up against one of the stronger teams out there. I will say that despite this being a stronger team, they are less familiar with StarCraft Evolution. I would say that Creator has been devoting a little bit more time to it. So Creator, he's maybe a little bit more informed, but SOS, he doesn't really play or touch StarCraft Evolution. Percival doesn't play or touch StarCraft Evolution. Trap, he doesn't play or touch StarCraft. I mean, Trap, it's cool to see more of Trap, by the way. Trap was retired for a long time, and last week he came back with Doyo Cup, so really cool to see Trap dipping his toes once again. Rogue, you could make an argument that Rogue is maybe one of, if not the best Zerg player in StarCraft Evolution. Like Rogue, he has had some experience and has had some success in SC Evo. So I would look to Creator and Rogue to carry for the StarCraft Evolution section. But for the SC2 sections, that's where Percival, that's where SOS, that's where Trap, that's when they can really hit their stride and really show what they're made of. So we'll see how this all comes together here. It's going to be an interesting dynamic between these two teams, for sure. Sure. Good morning, buenos dias, good morning, este babylings, este Salensvad as well, with the 240 stream streak. We see Thunderpool, we see Psychons earlier, Peon as well. Bienvenidos. Good morning, bienvenidos. But let's go, let's just jump into our matches. Let's jump into our series. Let's go. Up first is going to be Trap versus 3Point in a PvZ. Let's go. We'll be on Fighting Spirit. As a reminder, we alternate back and forth between SC2 and StarCraft Evolution, so we are going to be alternating back and forth. And for now, we're jumping into that first game. Otherwise, I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. I know that Home Story Cup has been going on over the course of the weekend. A lot of intense games have been taking place, and I believe the group stage should have been done by now. I believe we're getting ready for the playoffs of Home Story Cup. Once again, we have not been casting Home Story Cup. We did decide to, you know, take it a little bit easy and then calm down, and most likely cover it via replays. Maybe next week, this upcoming week, we should be able to cover it via replays, just as a heads up. But we're probably going to be skipping the group stage. We'll skip the group stage, go straight to the playoffs, just to keep things a little bit more brief, because there's a lot of games. Oh, so we have our map loaded in, and we're loading into Fighting Spirit. And spawning in the top right corner of Fighting Spirits, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss, the SC2 Protoss, true. Representing, if we lose, it's Crank's fault. It is Trap. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brood War Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing HonMonO. It is 3Point. There he is. Here we go, and as we jump into this here, welcome to Fighting Spirit. Fighting Spirit is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom left, bottom right, top right, and top left. 4 possible spawn locations. Our players are currently looking and searching for each other as we settle into our game. Also, memento here as I very quickly fix up our player names, because that is not Bian. That is 3Point. Bam, beautiful. Here we go. Trap is looking for 3Point. It does scout at top left initially before checking bottom left. And again, it's great to see Trap once again. As a reminder, Trap, he has been retired for a couple of years at this point, but last week he came back for Doyo Cup. He was one of the retired players that returned for Doyo Cup to compete. Didn't do too well for himself. He did get knocked out in the group stage, despite the notoriety and despite the history behind Trap's name. Did not make it past the group stage, but he is one of the few players that is actually still playing a little bit. It's like he did play in the qualifiers for RSL, true. So earlier this week he played in the qualifiers for RSL, and now this weekend he is playing in the Crank Gathers tournaments. So again, he's dipping his toes a little bit further in, not playing in too much else. Like he hasn't played in like the Pegasus Cups or the War TV Mondays or Kung Fu Cup or anything like that. So he isn't. No, actually, no. I think he did play in Kung Fu Cup. I have to double check, but yeah, like Trap, he's been semi-active. He's been I still don't want to say that he's back completely because it's too soon, right? Like, you know, I feel like post Doyo Cup, we're still in the honeymoon phase where it's like, you know, still like a week, 2 weeks from Doyo Cup. I want to see if like a month from now, Trap is still playing. So I'm still tentatively saying he's returned, but I can't say that like with full confidence. Not yet. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to be like, oh, he's back, and then he just leaves. So it's so it's still very tentative when it comes to Trap. Maybe Gemini knows. True, he would 100%. He would know. Este Gemini. Have a better idea. For now, though. For now, we're going to be opening up. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener here at Trap. Meanwhile, we do see 3point just going hatch gas pool into his own macro hatchery. So far, everything's looking normal here. Aside from the fact that, again, because of the Twilight Council opener, Trap can be more aggressive. We can lean towards Blink, Glaives, Charge. What are we going to be embracing here? My eyes are going to be on either Blink or Glaives. We'll see if we throw down a Forge for upgrades. We'll see how Trap does decide to open up. But again, it's being hyper aggressive and does go for the proxy pylon across the map. Okay. Yeah, pylon has been thrown down to warp in. Meanwhile, 2-base Hydra here from 3point. I will say the 3point is actually a very strong Zerg player in StarCraft Evolution. Like, I would say even his SE Evo Zerg is better than his SE2 Zerg. He's definitely one of the best Zerg players in StarCraft Evolution. He's like top 5, if not even top 3, or if not even more than that, actually. Like, when I think of the top Zerg players, I think of Shin, I think of Solar, and I think of 3point just behind them, I think. I think he's top 3. Another. Probe is going to get caught out. Pylon is cancelled. And Trap, he's rushing to Glaives. We have a massive gateway explosion as well, going into 4 gates. There is no robot with this, so there's no warp prism, which means there won't be a way to reinforce across the map. So this isn't going to be too dedicated. Like, it is very aggressive, don't get me wrong. But without the robot, without the warp prism, it means that most likely Trap is going to be expanding behind this and claiming a 3rd base back at home. Unless we throw down extra gateways. Right now it's 4. If we go up to like 6 gates, then 100% it's just 2-base all in. We'll see. Oh, quack, papi, quack. Trap is still amassing. Back at home again, it's going to be a Ling Hydra defense, but the Hydras are not light units, bearing in mind that Hydras are very different in StarCraft Evolution. Because they're not light, they will not take bonus damage from the Glaives. And we're still waiting for extra warp-ins. There we go. Like, this army, there isn't really too much to it. We have 7 Hydras being produced. Army moves out. 3point, did he spot this move out? He didn't quite have anything in position. There we go, now it's aware. Now it's aware of the army. And we're going for a charge follow-up also on 2 bases. That's interesting. Okay. Sunken colonies are still not yet done. 3point's getting caught with his pants down. The pants are down. Their pants are down. Ling's going down. Hydras as well. Some heavy losses. More reinforcements have arrived. Can we get on top of the army? So far, focusing on the sunken colonies of all things. That's buying a lot of time. Yeah, they're shade into the main, but alas, there are Hydras, and this should be cleaned up. Do we get any economic damage? That's the real concern that I have. We need to kill some drones. Yeah, 1, 2 drones going down. Still not good enough. We have more adept shading across the map. And 3point should be able to defend here. Adept say shade towards the 3rd base, but there's nothing at the 3rd. They do catch some reinforcements, so they're trading somewhat well. Oh god. Okay, 6 drones. 6 drones go down. We're getting some damage. Again, Adepts, they do rotate towards the 3rd base. Nothing really to kill here. And then the follow-up is going to be a 2-base all-in. So 2-base all-in, going into charge, going to storm. Now, the hope, I would imagine, from here is that some damage has been done. You know, we're crippling, we're doing some economic damage here, and Trap is maybe hoping that 3point overdrones, like to recover, to make up for these losses. Problem is that 3point didn't lose many workers, and now 3point is going for his own all-in. 3point is not droning, he's going mass Hydra with Hydra speed and +1 range. Okay, so the upgrade's about to finish, and it's go time. It is going to be go time here, rushing across the map, but Storm is almost done. If Storm can finish in time, Trap can hold. Depending on where he is. The army's starting to move out. Trap is looking to expand. Trap has no idea what's going on. He doesn't see anything. And the High Templar are somewhat exposed here. 3point's moving in. Do we storm in time? Do we storm? Up. Oh my god. 1 storm does graze the army. Another, once again, nice splits here by 3point. Very nice splits. There's 2 storms left. Down to 2. Up. Oof. Down to 1. Yeah, 1 storm remaining. Nice control here by Trap. Pulls back the High Templar. There's the final storm. Trap has to pull away. And he's about to have 1 more storm. He does. He has 1 more available. Is holding on to it. Doesn't want to waste it. And he overwhelms. Yeah, he overwhelms. He breaks through the main army. Every Hydra goes down. The 4 storms, they were going to be enough. 3rd base is going to get up and running. Trap, he dominates the main fight. And remember, 3point is all in. 3point, he chose not to drone. He chose not to drone up his 3rd base. He chose not to drone up his own natural either. He's only got 33 workers. Aye. Trap is overextending a little bit, though. Remember, he only has 1 storm. Yeah, Trap, he has to get the hell out of here. Pulls away. Still holding on to that storm. Adepts, they do peel off towards the third. Oh my god, now we have a prism. Yeah, now we have a war prism. Now we have reinforcements, and Trap, he can keep going. Lings, they will be able to backstab. They do hit the third, but this doesn't matter. Yeah, this does not matter. What matters is the main push. It's basically 2-base all-in versus 2-base all-in, and 2-base play is stronger for the Protoss. Storm grazes the army. No major connection. Cells, they peel off into the mineral line. Another Storm! Once again, zoning away. Yeah, Storm does zone. I believe that was the final Storm. Army does race back. That's a lot of Hydras. But drones are falling. Yeah, drones are falling. GG gets called. 3-point is out of position. And Trap, he will take game number 1. GG. Oh my god. Okay. GG, well played. I did mention that 3-point, he's one of the heavier hitters on his team, and for 3-point to be knocked out here immediately to Trap, who's more of a retired player, this doesn't bode well. This does not bode well here for Point Me Mono. Trap, he will take the first game. Again, 3-point, he didn't even lose that many workers to the Adepts. He only lost 6 drones, but he chose to go for the counter all-in. And again, both players were kind of blind when it came to their build choices. He chose to go for the counter all-in. I'm sure that 3-point was hoping that maybe Trap was getting a faster third. But remember, Trap delayed his third base for a gateway explosion, for charge, and for storm. He got storm very, very early on, which means it was ready for the counter Hydra all-in that 3-point happened to be going for. Again, neither player was really fully aware of as to how the game would unfold. They both just kind of gambled a little bit here. 3-point was hoping that Trap was going to be greedier. Trap was, I guess, hoping that 3-point would be aggressive, and he called it. He called it. GG. GG, well played. With that, Trap, he does take a lead in the series, and now we're going to be getting into game number 2. It's going to be up to Point Me Mono to field the next player, and they have chosen a Terran. It is going to be HonMonO. HonMonO is going to be coming up next here, and we'll see how HonMonO, I mean, we know that HonMonO is going all in. 100%, he's going to all in, and especially with SE2 Terran, I feel like HonMonO is going to be at the edge, or he's going to be at the advantage here. Let's go. Let us go as we're getting ready for our next game. Show us the proxy. As we're loading into Fear and Faith. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Fear and Faith, we have the now Brood War Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing. It's all Crank's fault. Or if we lose, it's Crank's fault. It is Trap. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the SC2 Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Point Me Mono. It is HonMonO. He's the mono part of the Point Me. Ah, he is. And welcome to Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith. Oh, sorry, SI. Very quickly. There we go. Fix up the player names. We got there in time. But coming into Fear and Faith is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom right, bottom left, top left, and top right as well. 4 possible spawn locations. You can use this monorail system here to scout each other and to check every corner of the map for faster scouting. But Trap does go immediately diagonally, I believe, across the map. Okay, so Trap does go for the cross scouts. Meanwhile, it is going to be the vertical spawn here instead. Close by ground, close by air. Aggression is going to be favored. HonMonO does open up double gas, so he's going for a faster factory, and this can turn into a 1-base all-in. Again, HonMonO, he is hyper aggressive. HonMonO, it's very rare to see a macro. It's very rare to see a third CC out of HonMonO, so we're expecting 1-base all-ins, 2-base all-ins, pull the boys. That's what we expect out of HonMonO. And at this point in HonMonO's career, he has a reputation. The reality, he does have a reputation, so Trap should be playing very safe. Like, hyper safe play here is a must against HonMonO nowadays, as Trap is still looking. Ugh. He's still searching. SV coming in, and HonMonO, he will actually scout Trap immediately. So it does scout to bottom right. We'll come across the Protoss. It's going to be a 2-gate opener here by Trap, going Zealot first. Makes sense. Again, very safe play. I would say at the moment, overly safe. We'll see if HonMonO commits on a 1-base, or if he expands. We'll see. So HonMonO picks in, confirms both gateways. It does confirm. So far, setting up his add-ons. Do have a bunker on the high ground to defend against the initial early Zealot, which was scouted, of course. And it is going to be the 1-1-1. So 1-1-1 on one base, one racks, one factory, one starport, into what looks to be drop play. Okay. So it does nibble away at the wall. But again, the wall is solid. Trap coming in from the right hand side, but I believe there's a full, I believe there's deeper here. There's a deeper here. No. So no scouting. Yeah, so Trap pylon walled off the right hand side. Meanwhile, HonMonO, he deeper walled off the left, so there's just no way into the main. Aye, aye, aye. So 0 scouting. It is going to be the tank drop. Again, one base all in by HonMonO. Trap back at home. He is going to be going for just still a 2-gate setup. He is building up his Dragoons, which will help to engage ahead of time and kite away at this army. Here comes the first drop. Ideally going to be distracting. Trap still on patrol just outside the main. And Trap is going for the early robo. This should lead into reverse. So far, Dragoons are in position. Drop is coming in.
Add-on's done.
God damn.
Took long enough.
Every time. As Woodwind does burrow. At the same time, though, did lead out a lot of Marines. And Maestro going up, catching up one probe. So far, Trap holds well. So far. Behind this one base, Cloak Banshee. Okay, I was expecting another medevac, but no, the medevac did survive early on. And we are heading into said Cloak Banshee play. So we're going to be moving out with 2 tanks, Mass Marine, 1 medevac, and again the Banshee. 3rd tank is on the way. From here, HonMonO will see if he does pull the boys, but he's getting ready for his eventual 1 base all-in. Remember, it's coming. Oh, massive tank shots. 2 Dragoons, okay. So it does catch that trap. So far, nice trap here from HonMonO. Not by Trap. Meanwhile, Trap is going for a shuttle, going for no bay. Huh, I assumed it was going to be Bay into Reaver, but no, it's going to be vanilla shuttle here. And here comes the breakout. Yeah, HonMonO breaks out. The tanks are doing so much here to the Dragoons. And here come the boys. The boys are being pulled. They hit a repair. Tank did take some hits, but there's a repair. Heals up the tank. And again, Trap is in trouble. Trap is in trouble. He needs more Dragoons. There is no Reaver available. You can see HonMonO once again leapfrogging forward, trying to catch out any free shots. Any Dragoons. Yeah, Banshee is revealed, the Cloak is done, and there is no observatory. Yeah, no observatory, no detection. The battery will help. There's Cloak now activated. No way to deal with it. Free damage. Tanks are moving in. They siege up just outside and within range of all the site defense. The pylons, the batteries, it's all going down, and we try to catch reinforcements. Nice catch here on one of the Banshees, actually. But this main army, I don't think can be stopped. Not like this. Trap setting up for a Zealot drop. Oof. Pro's going to be going down. He's going for the drop. He's going for the tanks. He wants them. Up. Oh my god, does not load in time. 1 tank goes down. That was only one, though. That was only 1 tank. Dragoons, they try to hold their own. Coming in from behind. This was late. 3 Dragoons go down. We're down to 3 Dragoons left. Only 3. And there's still 2 tanks. Oof. There's Muley to repair. Healing up his tanks. A second Banshee has arrived, and HonMonO, he is breaking through. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. Desperation at a trap. Tries to move in. Tank shots here on the Dragoons. Very intentional. 1 tank goes down. 2 tanks go down, but the Banshees, no. And again, there's no detection. No detection. No detection for the Banshees. They pop off. They catch. Oh, no, sorry. There is that 1 observer, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We got the observatory in the end. Oh, there it is. Got the observatory in the end. But the base goes down. Actually, hold on. Now that we have an observatory, I have faith in the defense. We'll lose 2 more Dragoons, but there's 2 Dragoons left. Remember, HonMonO is just on 1 base, but he can always lift. Like, if he starts to mine out. HonMonO still has a greater economy. He has mules. Trying to bait the army in. He's trying to bait. Tank shot. Oof. Yeah, tank volley going off. Once again, punishing the army. More Marines are amassing. Trap trying to re-expand. Behind this, the base on the way for Reaver production. But again, this might just be too late. We got the boys. More boys are coming. And it's impressive that Trap is held for this long, but I mean, this main army is still looking terrifying. And Trap does force the army back home. Trap is buying time. Okay, so there's a world here where if Trap can buy enough time for like 2 Reavers, build up some Scarab shots, get his shuttle up and running as well. Like, there's a world where Trap can hold on with some very, very good Reaver connections with some Scarab shots. At the same time, this main army is still looking terrifying. Like, there's 3 tanks now. Is there ever a world where Reavers get within range of this and not just get one-shot by these tanks? Hyperlever is done. We'll lose 1 Banshee. Nice catch by Trap. Trading with 1. Better trade for Trap. Okay, now we're coming in. Ooh, medevac. Almost going down. Barely doesn't get the tank. No. That was so close. Tank survives. Now we have 4 tanks and the mass repair. Yeah, some brutal moments here. Reaver does waddle in. There's a lot of weight on these Reaver shoulders. On the shoulders of this Reaver. Mass on siege! How about the Banshees? Yeah, the Banshees, they do lead the charge. Dragoons are coming from behind. Ooh! Massive shot. Massive shot goes off. Another one! Oh my god, okay, 2 shots. He gets 2 shots off. 3! Oh my god, all the Marines go down. 3 shots for Reaver, not bad. He got 3 shots off. 1 tank goes down, but he's within range. Oh, he's within range. 2 tanks full. Some heavy losses. Observer went down. No detection. Set backup. Observer coming in. Let's go the backup. 2 more volleys. 1 more volley. Gets a tank. Oh my god. Barely takes down the tank. Observer did survive. There's 1 tank left. Trap is holding. He's holding on fatly. Again, shout out to the MVP Reaver. Got 3 shots off before it went down. And Trap, now has a natural. He has a natural base up and running. It's getting saturated. Remember, HonMonO, he's 1 base all in, no CC. How about the Banshees? Yeah, they come in for the backstab. 5, 6 probe kills, insane damage. Trap, he's going for the counterattack. There is 1 tank on the high ground. I believe Trap can tank that shot, but doesn't go for it. Yeah, it doesn't risk it. I mean, now we have 3 tanks. Yeah, 3 tanks, more Banshees amassing. Trap, he does confirm that there's no CC. Does see the tank line, turns back around. Defends back at home. But again, these Banshees have a lot of potential. There's a lot of Banshees. And Dragoons are so immobile, they're so clunky. I mean, less so than in Brood War, but still. Yeah, HonMonO just abusing their immobility. Reaver drop moves out. Shuttle speed is almost done. Getting to shuttle speed. And HonMonO is expanding on location. He's expanding. HonMonO doesn't see the Reaver, thankfully. Banshee's back into the main. Dragoons are in position. Nice punish. Shuttle speed is done. Scan into the main base, confirming more Reaver production. And the drop is moving in. Now the main base is exposed, so we can go straight for the mineral line. That would be the ideal. HonMonO, I believe, has no stim. Yep, no stim, so the bio army here is quite immobile as well. And we get in! They club up. Ooh, 3 SCVs. Getting 3. Up, the splits! No! He splits the wrong group. 9 SCVs, 11 SCVs going down. Yo, Trap with the comeback. Again, Trap, he barely survived against the all-in. He lost his natural. He was down and out. Kills 11 workers. The Reavers have been the MVP this game. We saw again the 3 Reaver shots going off when it came to the main push, and now here as well, killing 11 SCVs. The Reaver, pappy. The comeback. As we're still not entirely certain as to how HonMonO is going to build up. And this time he does have tanks, so 2 tanks in position. Cyclone as well. We're playing with fire. Ooh, massive tank shot goes off. Where are we going? Jesus, oh my god, the range doesn't quite connect. Yeah, too far out of range. Too far out of range. Dragoon goes down. At the same time, Banshees just try to poke in, but Dragoons are ready. We're still building up more Banshees. We're getting up to 7. 7 Banshees, pappy. It's crazy. Jesus. Yeah, it looks like the Bay is going to go down as well. Barely not. Oh my god, we're one-shotting Dragoons. No! The Reavers are on A move! Oh god. They're out of position. Don't lose them. Oh my god. No! Does he find them? It's so close that they're just free. And it looks like he will. He will find them. So 2 Reavers for free. Ay, ay, ay. Big miscontrol here by Trap. The miscontrol. Throws away his Reavers. It looks like he had maybe queued them up to load into the shuttle and then queued the shuttle here, but like he didn't select the shuttle properly and like it all kind of fell apart. That was an expensive loss, by the way, to lose 2 Reavers. That is huge. So HonMonO is back in this game, by the way. It's back in this. These Banshees are doing a lot of damage. And HonMonO, thanks to the mules as well, he's able to recover economically. He has a comparable economy, if not greater economy to his opponent. Citadel goes down, Tech is falling, Bay goes down as well. Again, just punishing Trap. I believe that also cancelled. No, actually, the Scarab upgrade was researched. But I mean, now there's no base, so there's no more Reavers. I think we only have 2. Yeah, this should be 5 Reavers. Sorry, it should be 4. Should be 4 Reavers down to 2. He has to rebuild this observatory as well. At this point, because of the high Banshee counts, like, you can 100% make an argument that it would be worth it to make a single Stargate and just make a single, like, a Corsair or a single Scouts, like, 100%. Like, there's value in that just because of the sheer amount of Banshees. It's too late at this point, or I say it's too late, like, the damage has been done and the value has been gained, and even if every Banshee here is killed, like, they've already more than paid for themselves. So it's too late in that respect, but, they're gonna get even more value, to be honest. Scans, he might just force a cancel. Nothing's in position. Oof. Like, it doesn't feel good to make a Stargate just to deal with one harassing unit. Like, quote unquote, one harassing unit, but yeah, there's a cancellation. Massive pickup. We mentioned earlier that the Reavers were bringing Trap back into this game. The Banshees, they're the MVPs for HonMonO, 100%. They're the MVPs. Yep, just going into the main base. Dragoon's out of position. Pylon's going to be going down. Depowering the production. Cashing out another Pylon. Banshees outrange Gooners? No. The Dragoons do outrange Banshees. They're just more mobile. Like here, again, the Dragoons do outrange. That's why you're getting some shots off here and there. But Yeah, it's just because they're a little bit more clunkier. They're harder to keep up, or they're harder to maneuver. The Banshees have just been popping off. Oh. Catching out one, catching out. Oh, just one, two. Oh, there's detection. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 Banshees go down. Finally, Trap does catch him out. Almost another. But as I mentioned before, at this point, like, even if every Banshee is killed here and now, like, they were worth it. 100%. They were just worth it. As finally they're being cleaned up. Back at home, HonMonO building up a greater tank count, getting another CC, getting his own third base up and running. Trap, his third is heavily delayed because of the cancellation earlier. Trap should be further ahead than he is, but he has slipped up quite a few times. He's made mistakes, been out of position, been torn apart, throwing away reavers, losing bases. Now it's go time. Now I will say that HonMonO, he's heavily reliant on these tanks, and they're all in the natural. You can see here just a massive tank line in the natural base. The third is much more exposed here, and speaking of, Trap does angle himself towards that third base. He can still deal with this despite the fact that we have a massive tank count. It may not come into play. It may not come into play here. You can say move in. They clean up the army. Tanks have to reposition. And can we focus on the CC? Not the planetary. Wow, the planetary does finish morphing in. Gets one, gets two, shows the reaver shots. Ah, not quite. Yeah, we have the 1DT. Let's go, kills one tank. Yo, do we have any scans? No. No scans. 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks going down. The reaver shots going off. Massive connections. Lands 1, lands 2, and the DTs, they pop off. They kill everything. We have one scan, but it's too late. Again, because the HonMonO was muling so hard, there were no scans available. We killed like 4 or 5 tanks there just from those handful of Dark Templar. Insane losses there for HonMonO. Losing how many? Losing 7 tanks in total. And again, the DTs killed the majority of those tanks. There was just no scan. It doesn't help that, remember, his CC at his third base is not an orbital, it's a planetary, so he has less scans than normal. Oof. Yeah, drop into the natural. Scarab shots going up. 7 SCV kills. Dropping back over towards the planetary. He wants those tanks. Oh god. Oh no. Trap did misjudge this. Did misjudge. Trap is getting a 4th. HonMonO finally has stim. He finished up stim just as the fight was concluding. Trying to build up his bio army. Ghosts are on the way as well. We're getting messy. It's getting very, very messy here. On the one hand, Trap, he traded well for himself, but at the same time, he's been bleeding out some high-tech units. Go for the tanks once again. He wants them. This time we'll get them. Yeah, this time 1, 2 tanks go down. Does reset the tank count. Dropping back into the main. Main base is mined out. And nice Bigos. Oh, the speed lots backy. Same time, Banshees, they harass you on the left hand side once again. Didn't get too much done this time. Shuttle goes down. HonMonO pushing right down mid, and at Trap, there's nothing here. Yeah, Trap, the entire army that he has remaining here is off towards left hand side. HonMonO sims in. Takes down the facility. Pushing into the natural. We can see Trap, he responds to this. Oof. And probes are going to go down. 11 probe kills. Ay. Again, Trap completely out of position. 21 probes. Oh, God. 22. 23. 24. The Banshees are still not done. Yeah, crazy damage. 24 workers. Ay. Insane damage here for Trap. Trap being forced all in. There is a bio army here though. Plenty of Marines, plenty of Marauders. At this point, we don't need tanks. The Marauders, they are the tanks. They're the tanks, Bappy. Oof. And from here, HonMonO, he can sim and he can win. He's finally built up his bio army. Up until this point, he just didn't have one. Very long, very intense game here. I mean, very back and forth. There were definitely a lot of strong moments for Trap, a lot of strong moments for HonMonO. As you mentioned, HonMonO had a very impressive comeback. So did Trap initially. Trap had the first comeback, and then HonMonO brought it back with just the Banshee harass. Now again, Trap he's stuck with a gateway composition, just stuck with a gateway army. He was unable to build up his Reaver count. Once again, Trap is bypassed. We just see HonMonO just slips by, hits the 4th expansion. That's gonna be another dead mineral line. And Trap is all in. Yeah, Trap, we have to send it. It's not ideal. He has to push up the ramp. Oh, God. Yeah, has to move up the ramp here. Scarab Shot goes off. Massive tank volleys. Boys are being pulled. HonMonO is making a stand. And he still catches out so many Dragoons. Oh, my God. Oh, the Scarab Shots. Look. We get some decent Scarab Shots, but Trap gains no ground. He gains no ground. He's lost his 3rd expansion. Sorry, his 4th base. HonMonO kiting against their zealots. He bullies them. Going for another expansion. Yeah, claiming the 3rd base. Trap, his main is mined out. His natural is down to 1 patch. No economy. No economy, no mining here. Just long distance mining out of Trap. Again, he is down. He has nothing to really build back up. And HonMonO can always lift. He can always just lift his CC, land another expansion. And lift and land, Pappy. Oh. The pickup micro. HonMonO even hunting down the shuttle. Vikings are on the way to help out. And we're just kind of waiting for that final clash. Oh! Nice control by HonMonO. Tanks the shots. Splits up his army. Trap does head towards the would-be 4th expansion. And we'll bring it down. Jesus. As HonMonO supply block, she's going to be slowed down here. There is a world where, okay, so specifically when it comes to the main fight, Trap is going to be heavily reliant on these Reavers, right? They have to connect. They have to connect their shots. There's a world where if he does get like the juiciest connections, then maybe, but oh god, he only has 1 Scarab Shot left. There's not many shots, Pappy. It's a full Reaver here on the top side. Coming from behind. Oh! Ooh, okay. We got 1 shot off. Reaver goes down. Shuttle is zoned. Do we get another shot off? No! Never mind. Yeah, the Reaver is a full, and with that, HonMonO breaks on through. Breaks through the Reavers, breaks through the production. Shuttle is zoned away. Again, that was the one chance here for Trap, was to maybe get some Reaver connections, but didn't happen. Didn't happen, Pat. Yeah, with that HonMonO, he sims. And he wins. Goes natural. Goes with the rover, the production. We have one Reaver left. Oh no mas, papi. Oh no mas. No, it's empty. No, no. There's no shot. Yeah, there's no scab shot inside the Reaver. Smosh. No, the Vikings. They land. They focus it down. Army sims in. And we've been coping for a while. It's been a while. I mean, hey, Trap, he already did well for himself in this series to take down 3-point. And again, he had a really close and clutch series here with HonMonO as well. But GG gets called, and HonMonO will tie the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a very intense back and forth here. Initially, Trap was dying to the one base all in, and Trap, he was able to recover, bounce back, and make a game out of it. Then the Banshees, they popped off, and they were able to cripple Trap, which allowed HonMonO to build back up and to build up his third. Then we still had a back and forth between the two players, got very, very messy, very intense. But in the end, HonMonO, he was able to build up into his mass bio composition. He was done relying on tanks, built up into heavy Marine Marauder Ghost, and he was able to outscale Trap over time. Was able to outscale. GG well played. We get a very intense game here, a very scrappy game between HonMonO and Trap. With that, Trap is now out, and we'll see who will rise to take his place. Oh, it is going to be another Protoss player. It is going to be Creator. Okay, so Creator, who should be a little more well versed here in StarCraft Evolution. We'll see if he can get his revenge here for his boy, as we're going to be loading into washouts. Let's go. Now, I do think that HonMonO is very deadly in this format. Remember, HonMonO, he's an animal. He does nothing but cheese, nothing but all in, almost exclusively. And in this best of one format, he can snipe some players. Let's go. Again, we've seen HonMonO take maps off of Hero and take maps off of Max Packs. If you can beat Hero and Max Packs, sorry, if you can take best of ones or take maps off of Hero and Max Packs, you can do so against any Protoss player in the world. And one game is all you need to win a best of one. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of washouts, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss stepping into the ring here for his team. For it's Crank's fault if we lose. It is Creator. It's all Crank's fault. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Brood War Terran player fighting back for his team, fighting back for Point Me MonO. It is HonMonO. He puts the MonO in Point Me MonO. Let's go. He's already taken down Trap. Can he take down Creator as well? As we step into this, of course, Creator is playing SC2 Protoss, so Creator is going to be a lot more comfortable, a lot more mobile as well. Meanwhile, HonMonO CC first, so it's not going to be a one base all in. But remember, just because HonMonO is expanding does not mean that he won't all in. Two base all ins are also all the craze, so we'll keep an eye on our Terran player here, for how aggressive he will be. Creator, he does confirm the CC first. Meanwhile, the big shouts are late. Chrononos in the chat. God, baby God. Crank's fault indeed. Thanks so much for subscribing for 22 months. Crazy, baby, crazy. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support. We appreciate it. Let's go. Let us go. Once again, we are going to be opening up. And it is going to be a 3-Rax follow-up. Okay, so CC first into 3-Rax Stim. We're expecting an Academy into Stim, into Mass Marine, into Medic as well. And Creator does get a full scout. He knows. Creator's fully aware. And I'm curious to see if Creator goes for a Robo response into Fast Colossus or something different. There's that Academy. Again for Stim. This will hit hard. Will hit strong. As no, it's not going to be the robot, it's going to be a Twilight Council response instead. Okay, so with this we can go into Blink, we can go into Charge. I wouldn't be opposed to Charge as a response to this. I would, in my mind, like that is another alternative solution to the massive amount of bio that's going to be coming Creator's way. But we'll see. Another charge can be a response to like regular like 3-1-1 setups, but here against Brood War Terran it's a little bit different. We could just go 4 gates, like 4-gate blink. Yeah, there we go. Blink is on the way. How many gateways get thrown down? So far only 2, but we're expecting additional gateways. Someone does spike out. Does try to. Creator to disarm down. Here to stop him. It's going to be 3-gate blink so far. So 3-gate blink is my robo. Relatively safe play here by Creator, but is this safe enough? Stim is now done. U2 3-gate shells is now on the way. HonMonO is pushing. And Creator, he's going to get a couple of shots off. Does he get 1? Does he get 2? 2 Marines. Oh my god, we pulled the boys. I didn't realize. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. HonMonO is completely all in. So 2 base all in by HonMonO, but the Marines are being focused on one after the other. Very nice target firing here by Creator. Very nice target firing. He does focus on almost every single Marine. Down to 3. Down to only 3 Marines. That's not good enough. A 4th Marine has arrived. A 5th Marine. Running out of SCVs. So Epsec coming from behind. And HonMonO is running out of steam here. Bit of miscontrol by Creator. But he cleans up all the workers. Pulled up to 6 Marines. Oof. But still losing more. Yeah, the target firing here has been brutal. 3 Marines, down to 2, down to 1. And this time here, the Brood War play of HonMonO, the 3-rack stim timing, or the 3-rack stim all in by pulling the boys, has failed. Failed quite hard, actually. What did Creator lose? 2 adepts? 2 adepts, 1 sentry, 1 probe. Oof. That was that is a brutal trade for HonMonO. Creator, he gets a 3rd Nexus up and running. Creator goes to the counterattack. HonMonO, he will avoid the main army, but that means there's less at home to defend. There's 1 bunker. And we'll see if HonMonO, if that bunker can buy time. Boys are being pulled and will defend. Yeah, the bunker does hold, so HonMonO gets away with rallying across the map. Creator's in trouble. Creator, he's now in trouble. He did not notice. Marines, they get across the map. There's some batteries. There's a couple of units to defend. Marines, they stim in. There's a recall. There's a recall back home. But again, cheeky moves by HonMonO. He snuck out. And he pulls back. Okay, does pull back. So HonMonO is still very far behind. He still did lose a lot of workers there by pulling 10 SCVs across the map. HonMonO, he can try to recover in this game, but he does need something more here to make up for his losses. Now, if HonMonO had cancelled this expansion, then we can talk about a comeback, but he didn't. HonMonO, he forced a recall, didn't do any real economic damage. So Creator is still looking very comfortable. Creator is still ahead. And now we have Colossi on the way. Scanner reveals the bay, so HonMonO is aware. So where are the Colossus? So we're bringing additional zealots. Just building up a greater army. Building up that greater composition. And we'll see if HonMonO gets a 3rd TC. Like, in my mind, he's just building up into one final push where he moves out with maybe as many tanks as he can. Pulls the boys. Like, HonMonO is getting into quadruple? No, triple tank production. Look at this, 3 factories in the main. That's crazy. That's an insane tank count that we're working towards. Scan reveals a Colossus. Someone tries to break out. Behind this hybrid base now on the way. We have our 4 tanks. We see HonMonO trying to get some free tank shots off, and he does. It's 1 tank. 1 volley. As Creator's going to engage on the center. Once again, the goal here for HonMonO is that he's hoping that Creator wanders into this. Oh. He wants Creator to just wander into a siege, into a line of tanks. Creator, ideally, he wants to engage the army as it pushes up this ramp. So he's got to spot his zealots. Here he comes. Yeah, here comes HonMonO. The boys are being pulled. This is it. 2 base all in. He's got how many tanks? 10. 10 tanks for HonMonO. The army gets spotted. Yeah, the army gets spotted. Creator, he should activate these zealots. Tanks do siege. Creator has to pull away. Ooh, massive tank shots. You can see here, because there are so many tanks, like 1 volley will be able to bring down all these colossus. Like 1 or 2 volleys. Never goes up. Gets 1 tank. Disruptor goes down. Again, he gets 1 shot. Zealots, I mean, there's nothing really kill here, but sure, they come in for the backstab. Yeah, tanks still siege. They're within range. Oh my god. Yeah, Zealots going down. Last catch on the reinforcements. But this main army still cannot be dealt with. Not like this. We need more Zealots back at home. Tanks they siege. Colossus have to pull away. No! Oh my god. And 1 Colossus is going to go down. Nope. No. Okay, it does survive. Barely survives. But again, Creator, we're going to be more attentive here. We need to be more attentive. It's early Nova. This base will go down. Zealots are wreaking havoc, that is true, but that doesn't matter. It's all about this main army. It's all about the main army. We need zealots, Pappy. There he goes off. Ooh, nice connection. Yeah, nice connection here on the main army. Tanks are getting stuck on each other. They're slowly moving in. Uh-oh. Creator late to respond. Yeah, he's late to respond. Was not able to punish this. Oh no! Tanks to get within the natural. I don't know how I like this positioning of the tanks here. They're a little bit further towards the left. Now there's an easier opening here on the right hand side. Now we're moving in. Yeah, now we are going to be moving in. We're trying to get on top of the tanks. Zealots do go on top. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Zealots coming from behind. GG gets called. And Creator, he cleans up the army, gets on top of the tanks. And Creator will take down HonMonO. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. Thankfully, Creator set up for the flank coming in from behind. The tank positioning there from HonMonO was a little bit questionable just because he was spreading himself thin, so he was less centralized, so he had a little bit less power and less strength when it came to that siege line. And with that, we saw that Creator was able to clean up the army coming from behind. GG. Whew. GG, well played. With that, there's 1 player left on Team Point Me MonO. Oh no, Mass Baby. It's going to be a PvP between Creator and Prome. As he puts the me in Point Me MonO. True. Here we go. 1 player left here for Point Me MonO, and we'll see if he can begin the comeback as we are loading into match point. Not quite on match point, but we are loading in. Let's go. Oh, let us go. As a reminder, this is a best of 7. Best of 7 Team League match here. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of match point, we do have the red Protoss player, the now Brood War Protoss, representing his team. The boys representing it's Crank's fault if we lose. It is Creator. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the SE2 Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss representing Point Me MonO. It is Prome. Let's go. Let us go. Whew. As we are settling into game number 4. And again, Prome, he's the final player for his team remaining. But as a reminder, there is a revive. There is going to be a revive available here, so we can revive HonMonO, Prome, or 3-point if the worst does occur. Meanwhile, Creator, he is still the second player on his team. If he does go down here, there is still another player to field. Which player exactly? I mean, they have a deeper roster here. They have Rogue, they have Percival, they have SOS. They got options. Do you have options? For now though, 2-gate opener out of Prome. Likewise, soon to be a 2-gate opener here by Creator as well. So mirrored openers, mirrored builds. Welcome to Matchpoint. Matchpoint has a very short rush distance by ground. Short rush distance by ground, so aggression is favored, and intensity and high octane games are often the case on Matchpoint. We'll see that trend continues here as well. Prome, he can be a very aggressive player himself. He's not as chaotic as 3-point and HonMonO, but he can be aggressive in his own right. So he can be very cheeky, and eyes are on Prome to see how he does decide to open up. But now, workers A pass by each other. We're coming in with our probe scouts, trying to figure out what's going on. We're trying to figure it out. So far, it is going to be an initial Dragoon base opener. Early Twilight Council before expansion. Okay. So early Council, early Blink out of Prome. Already a bit of a divergence here between our two players. As Creator, actually likewise, Creator going for the Citadel of Attune very early on as well. Wait, what? Huh. This is quite rare. So when it comes to PvP and StarCraft Evolution, the go-to is Dragoon into Reaver, right? Because Reavers are kind of like Immortals, and Stalker-based compositions are very common. So it makes sense to go into early Reaver. But the Citadel means early Zealots, and potentially early Dark Templar, if we go into Templar Archives as well. But this is very quirky here, and I'm a little bit concerned because Prome has yet to expand. Prome is rallying everything across the map here. Creator does hide a probe. Prome moving out as well. Creator's the first to expand, and Prome, he is one base. He's staying on one base. A third gateway gets thrown down. Do we go for a proxy fourth gateway? We're expecting that. Templar Archives. Yes, Citadel into Archives. Unironically, if this is for Dark Templar, Forge? Jesus. If we rush into DTs here, this is very tech heavy. There's so many resources being spent on tech right now. But if we rush into DTs, and if Prome is going for one base all in, he is, yeah, 4-gate. 1 base, 4-gate all in. Creator, he confirms the mass gateways. He confirms the lack of expansion. And Creator, he even does confirm the 4th gate as well. And there's the 5th gateway across the map. So Creator, he sees everything. And here come Dark Templar. So what I was going to say is that DT is going to be beautiful here because there is 0 detection for Prome. Until now, Robo, he sees. Wow, big scout. The hallucination confirms the Citadel and the Templar Archives. This screams Dark Templar. So detection's on the way. If there was no scout, then Prome would have fallen into Dark Templar. You have defensive cannons on the way as well. DTs are waddling out. And this is still anyone's game. The all-in is delayed. That is true, right? It's a delayed all-in. But these Dark Templar should not be enough. Yeah, the Creator, he sees the Robo. He knows. He knows now that DTs won't be the checkmate move he was hoping for. There's the Observer. Observer's coming. DTs, they run into a wall of Stalkers. Kills 1 Stalker at least. Maybe 2. Nope. Okay, 2 Stalkers. 3. Okay, 3 Stalkers. Some damage. It's something. Creator pulls away. Again, saturating his bases, getting a 3rd gateway up and running, trying to build up his own Dragoons. We do have some cannons here in the main base ready for a blink into the main. That is the purpose of these cannons. And Prome, he still getting a forge? I guess for defensive cannons. So just in case. So when Prome goes for the all-in, there'll be some cannons to defend the mineral line. I would imagine that's the goal. But as time goes on, it's getting better and better for Creator. Remember, Creator, he has the base, he has the economy. And he's now building up a greater production as well. Ay, ay, ay. Prome is now moving out. Creator, he finds all the pylons. Yeah, we got the slow warp-ins. Hopefully Prome knows that these are slow warp-ins, that he needs a gateway here. Prome is moving in. Creator throwing down extra cannons. Creator's ready. And Prome, when he sees this, he's got to make the choice. Does he commit or does he try to expand? But I mean, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Oh, he blinks in. He's crazy. Yeah, he goes to the dive. Where's the observer? Yeah, where's the observer? The observer's late. Free damage with the DTs. Yeah, free damage. Observer now moves in. Gets thrown away by the cannons. Oh my god, the observer goes down and DTs will defend. And Prome, he has to back off. He has to back off. We do have a backup observer on the way, but this is looking bleak for Prome. Prome rotates towards the main. Looks like he wants to blink in, but again, remember, Creator's ready for this. The setup, he's been ready for a long time. He's ready in the main. Observer's coming for that high ground vision. One final blink here for Prome. And the observer's coming. Prome looking to dive in. And just blink into the main. Army's ready. Cannons as well. Oh my god. We got Storm because why not? I mean, Storm does hit different here. True. Is stronger. He tries to commit. I mean, wait, oh good, Jesus. This is maybe the best angle here for Prome, as there's only 3 cannons as opposed to like the 10 cannons here, or 8. Let's get one. One cannon goes down. Gets 1 cannon. Cannon 2. Ooh, does go for the dive. Does focus on the High Templar. Nice pickup. DTs a somewhat punish. Nice control. Oof. Yeah, Stalkers are getting cornered. Zealous they close the gap, and so many Stalkers going to be going down. Heavy losses. GG gets called. The all-in fails, and Creator, he takes a 3-1 lead for his team. GG. Whew. GG, well played. He does take a lead here. He takes down Prome, and with that, point me MonO. They're up against the wall. They're up against the wall here. They're up against the ropes. They are down to their final revive. They can now pick a player. HonMonO, 3-point, or Prome, and pick one of these to be revived. Winding it back here, and when it came to the PvP, Prome, he committed into the 1-base all-in. Creator, he had a very good response to go for the Dark Templar, and that would have blindly shut down the all-in, but Prome scouted. He saw the DTs, so he did wait for the robo, wait for the observer, but because he waited so long, Creator was given time to build up his economy, and with that economy, he threw down so many cannons in the main and in the natural. There was no way to break that position, and the longer the game went on, again, better and better for Creator. GG, until eventually the all-in just kind of ran out of steam and Creator snowballed out of control. As now we're getting into our next game, we have our revive. Okay, now especially because it's Crank's fault, or if we lose, it's Crank's fault, is very Protoss heavy. I was expecting HonMonO to be revived, but no, it is instead going to be 3-point. Okay. 3-point is going to be coming out as the revived player, and now we're on match point. Now Creator needs to win this one game to claim the win for his team. 3-point has to pull off In a way, almost a reverse sweep. He has to win 3 games in a row to claim the series himself. Pressure's on 3-point. Let's go. Pressure is on. And we'll see if he can start that comeback. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of BlackRock, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss player himself. We have the StarCraft 2 Protoss representing. If we lose, it's Crank's fault. It is a creator. Oh, Crank's fault. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg, the Brood War Zerg, representing Point Me MonO. He puts the point in Point Me MonO. It is 3 points. I'll fix up his name. It's not do with thermal. There we go. Fix up the color. Beautiful. Okay. Ooh, as we're getting into game number 5. Getting into game 5 here. 3-point does go hatch first. Hatch first out of 3 points. Meanwhile, creator just going for his own gate expand setup. Everything's looking normal. Welcome to BlackRock. BlackRock is, I wouldn't say a small map, but BlackRock is an aggressive map. Specifically, the 3rd and 4th base on this map is very difficult to defend. So trying to defend in the mid game against aggression can be quite difficult here for the defending player. So we'll see. We'll see who's going to be the aggressor who can build up into said mid game, and our creator will approach our game as well, approach our matchup. Do we go into a Stargate opener, into Stargate, into Twilight Council into Blink? Do we go straight Blink? Do we go into Glaives instead? Creator does have options. So now the probe does confirm the standard opener. Does confirm there's no early pool, there's no early gas. Macro hatcheries are on the way. Let's go. Don't forget to stretch. Posture check. Posture check in the chat. Whew. And again, bearing in mind that we do have one more series after this one as well, another best of 7. Best of 7s, they continue, Pat. They continue. But now, though, it is going to be a Twilight Council opener. Okay, so no Stargate play, early Twilight Council instead. I want to lean towards Glaive Adepts here. I want to lean towards it. We'll see if we go into Glaives or if we go into Blink instead. Eyes are still very much so on Creator. Very much so. So we have our Twilight Council into Robo. Oh, okay, we have a faster layer here from our Zerg player going to what looks to be 2-base Hydra. So going to Hydra Tech. Sorry, my apologies. I'm SC2 coded. Typically, I'd be leaning towards Hydra play, but remember, Hydra Tech is hatch-based, not layer-based in Brood Wars. So 2-base Muta? That sounds crazy in ZVP. Glaive Adepts are coming, by the way. This is going to hit hard. We're rushing into Glaive Adepts. And if we're skipping Hydras and if we're going straight Ling into Muta, I think 3-point just dies. Like, I'll be honest. If you recall, 3-point, he defended against Traps Glaive Adepts previously, but Hydras were a big part of that because he had some units outside of Lings to defend. Here, if it's purely Sunken Colonies and Zerglings, and if we're rushing for Aspire, like, the game may just end. It depends on SimCity. Like, technically, if we can fully wall this area off and force the Adepts to kill the colony and break through the front door, different story. But even then, yeah, it's 2-base Muta. So 2-base Muta here by 3-point. Very risky. High risk, high reward. But Adepts are amassing. And we need a wall of colonies. Here we go. He scouts. Does C4. Still not the biggest tell here. Handful of Adepts, they move out across the map. They're Prism as well. Lings are amassing back at home, but again, we're going to need extra colonies. So we're bringing in 4 Adepts at a time. Okay, we're ready for the full wall. Sticking with one colony. There's a full wall up here, and there we go. 2 more colonies being thrown down. It is going to be that full wall. We can reach the shade. What are we going for? The longer this goes on, the better it is for 3-point. The spire is almost done. Oh. Yeah, spire's almost complete, and Creator throws down a 3rd base. This is better for 3-point. Creator, he has no anti-air. Remember, there's no Stargate for Phoenixes, and there's no Blink for Blink Stalkers. 7 mutas on the way. Yeah, Creator, he's just unaware. Now he's scouting. Goes into the main, and now he sees the spire. He responds with double Stargates. He needs time. Creator, he needs time, Bappy. Oh, we have Scourge as well. True. I mean, this is a different dynamic here. Typically, Phoenixes, they hard counter mutas, but nah, they should hard counter Scourge as well. Like, Scourge should not connect with Phoenixes. They shouldn't. And Adepts are moving out. At least 3-point is contained on 2 bases. We have Vanilla Soldiers to defend the natural. 3rd base is exposed. Phoenix production has begun. And mutas, they've not gotten in. So far, no damage. I mean, they deflected the Adepts at least. Oh, nice catch. Yeah, nice catch on the Adepts. Creator's going to be shut down. At the same time, you're going for some Prism Rats into the bases. But there is side defense everywhere. And Adepts are cleaned up. Drop into the main. Oh no, not in time. Yeah, not in time. Recall does fail. Prism goes down. 3-point, he defends well, and now he's working towards that 3rd base. At the same time, though, Phoenixes are amassing. Now, the Brutal Muta is different to the SC2 Muta. The Brutal Muta does have extra range. Does have 1 extra range compared to the SC2 Mutalisk. So because of that, the strength of the Phoenix is not as big as it is in SC2. In regular StarCraft 2 versus StarCraft 2. So because of that, there's a little bit more punish potential here that 3-point can achieve. At least pre-Anion Pulse Crystals. So we gotta be careful. We're gonna be careful here. Phoenixes, they will still lose the way. Oh! 1 volley goes off, but with good enough control here, Creator, he should still clean this up. Yeah, with good enough control, and so far he's being attentive enough. You can see he gets punished a little bit here, but he will not lose the Phoenix, and he will still clean up every single Mutalisk. Yeah, massive cleanup. We do see Ornita switch into Hydras. +1 range is on the way. We do see Hydra speed on the way as well, so we were already transitioning. Hydras are ready. Despite that, we'll still find damage, catching out one of the Overlords. Yeah, one Overlord goes down, gets into the middle line. We're gonna get a lot of Overlords here. Oh my god. Oh, going for the Hydras. Catching out 3 Overlords. Meanwhile, I believe Drop Lords was just researched. I think that's what that was. Was that Ventral Sax? I didn't see the name on the right-hand side. Or was that Numerous Carapace? I think it was Numerous Carapace. Okay, go. Maybe we do catch another one of these Overlords. Again, just trying to keep it 3-point busy. I almost said Shin. Just keeping him busy here. We're trying to go into Hydra Lurker tech. Back at home, what's important is that Creator is now getting a 4th. Getting a 4th expansion and taking up in towards a heavy Immortal count into Archons, into Storm. No Colossus, but Storm is going to be ideal. Like, we still need a little bit more time for the Storm, but it's coming. There it is. It's on the way. Storm is on the way. We do have more Adept Harass coming in. The third base itself is going to be quite exposed. There's no colony at the third. So if our adepts are going to be shut down, they don't find a way in. I do feel like there was an opening to get into the third base, but Last will back off. So Creator pulls away, building up his storm. So at how many High Templar? 6. 6 Templar. It's going to be a lot of storms. Here comes a Mass Hydra Lurker. As I mentioned before, it comes down to the storms. First one mainly zones. Again, we can't be too wasteful with these storms. They are limited. Storm is now revealed. And 3-point taking up in towards Queen's Nest. Towards Queen's Nest and towards Hive. A couple of lurkers are going to get caught out here. One lurker does go down. Decent storm. 3-point splitting up his army. Does hit the right hand side and the left. But Creator's ready. Creator, he's ready. Oof. We'll lose 2 High Templar though. Force some more in. We'll lose a couple of Templar. Zalsei do get into the mineral line. 5 drones going to be going down, distracting 3-point. Forcing him back home. He's forced back home. Fleet beacons on the way. Sky toss on the horizon. I'm curious, how good is Sky Toss? So in this world, where we're imagining the Phoenixes all get cleaned up eventually and we build up like a Tempest carrier composition, is it viable against an army that has Scourge available? Like, obviously Scourge are going to get picked off before they connect, but if you have enough Scourge, can you eventually close that gap and get on top of Tempest carrier? Obviously they have to avoid Storm as well. Like, that's what it comes down to, like Storms and Archons and their positioning. We'll see if we get there. But late game ZVP and SC Evo is very rare. Like, I bring up this question because in like our 2 years of casting StarCraft Evolution, I don't think we've experienced Sky Toss versus like Hydra Lurker, like Defiler Scourge. Like, it's not something that we've experienced before. Just because late game is so rare in SE Evo. But okay. I mean, that's if we get there, because Creator's maxed. Creator's maxed out. He has a robust army. You can see the 3-point still trying to build up his lurkers. Does have a lot of lurkers here on the right hand side. Towards the left, less so. So what, 5 lurkers? Oh. Yeah, a couple of Scourge do connect. They do graze the Phoenixes. That was 1 Phoenix going down to the Scourge. Tempest production has begun. Oh, nice stasis. Stasis at the same time. Creator's going to calm down. Yeah, he's going to pull away. Creator pulls away. Ultra production has begun. We can see the 3-point's trying to catch that Creator. They're trying to cut him off. Ooh, Phoenixes get thrown away. Down to 0 Phoenixes, I believe. No, sorry, 6 is another group. My apologies. A group on the right hand side. Storm and the Zerglings. Links go down. 3-point still being active. Instead, he's gonna get caught instead. Yeah, who catches who? Oh, catching out the Immortals. Very nice catch here from 3-point. Catching out 2 Immortals and an Archon. Oh god, the Storms though. Oh no, he stands in the Storms. Yeah, brutal Storms here. Hydras go down. Lurker as well. Phoenix, they lift up the remaining Hydras. Gonna be cleaned up. Some losses for both sides. Yo, these ultras are wide. Look at them. Oh my god. Baby wide boys. Their shoulders back. Crazy. Look at them go. Mate, they let themselves go between Broodwar and SE2. They because here they're lean. They're on that cut. In SE2 they're bulking. Smooch. Oh my god. This 3-point does rotate. And again, just once again trying to outposition the army. The immortal count is decent. Storm and the ultras. We're closing the gap. Yeah, we're closing that gap. Getting to the immortals. 1, 2 immortals going to be going down, and every immortal will fall. Massive pickles here with the ultras. What about the anti-air though? Yeah, what about? Does it matter? Oh my god, we get into the mineral lines. 21 probes going to be going down. No detection. The DTs. No detection. The DTs and defend. They clean up every single ultralist, but that's still 21 probe kills. That's still a lot of economic damage. At the same time, that was how many ultras going down? 5 ultras falling. Still some expensive losses. There's that mass Scourge that we spoke about. Scourge, they catch the Phoenixes. Yeah, Phoenixes, they get caught. Tempest to survive. We got more Scourge on the way. Oh my god, the storms are crazy. Jesus. Yeah, insane storms in the Zerg army and a much stronger fight for Creator. Creator's breaking through, catching out the Ultras, catching out the Lings. We have 14 Scourge on the way. As I mentioned before, Scourge, it isn't a question about whether that's enough to kill this, it's whether or not they can connect. Whether they make it past the Archons and past the Storm. If they can, these Tempests will go down. Tempest step far forward. Scourge are amassing. Okay, we gotta be careful with these Tempests. Oh, he goes! Yeah, oh my god, that was close. Yeah, the Scourge, they try to connect, they will! Yeah, they move in. Ah, they connect with one. Only one. The Archons, they protect. The Storm soften them up as well. The Scourge, they didn't get in. They did not connect. Just with one Tempest. Oof. Yeah, with that, Creator's done it. Creator, he has done it. He breaks through the main army. There was potential. Ultras, they get across the map. Trying to force Creator back home. Trying to force him back. Once again, we have DT defense. I mean, again, there's no detection. No detection. The DTs are crazy. And with that, bases are going down. Once again, the Tempest overextend. You're getting 1, getting 2. Again, moments like this, like if the Tempests do overextend, but the Archons are in position, you can see the Archons, they protect the Tempest from the Scourge. The Archons are here for the Tempest, Pappy. So Creator, he did miscontrol a little bit, losing a couple of Tempests, but alas, as long as he does have them over the Archons, he's safe. And GG gets caught again, cannot be dealt with. And Creator, he will claim the series 4-1, taking down 3-point and taking down Point Me MonO. GG. Whew. GG, well played, congratulations. Creator, he does take down the entirety of the team with some help, of course. Let us have a look at the bracket itself. Man, but GG, well played. Again, a very intense back and forth. Initially, it began with Glaive Adepts up against 2-base Muta. In the end, 3-point got away with the 2-base Muta. He was able to defend, able to counterattack, but we saw that Creator was able to scout and able to react in time. Building up his Stalkers, building up double Stargate Mass Phoenix, he ended up catching out all the Mutas. We saw the switch into Hydra Lurker instead. At the same time, Creator was switching into Storm, Immortal Archon. We did have that back and forth mid-game, very intense, very clutch. We saw that eventually 3-point he switched out of Hydra Lurker into a more ultra-heavy composition, Ultra Scourge, but once again, that is heavily reliant on catching the Skytress army out of position and heavily reliant on Creator making mistakes. As we saw, there were a couple of moments where Creator did overextend with his Tempest and he would lose them to the Scourge, but as long as he had them protected by the Archons and by the ground army, the Tempests were safe, as the Scourge were being basically one-shot by the Archons. They're vulnerable, baby, they're vulnerable. Whew, but GG well played. And with that, as you can see here, it all began with Trap. Trap did take down 3-point initially. We then had HonMonO with the comeback. That was a crazy game, by the way, on Fear and Faith. I do highly recommend watching HonMonO versus Trap earlier in the broadcast. And then Creator, he stepped up. Creator took down HonMonO, Prome, and 3-point. He didn't necessarily all kill, but he did take down every team member of Point Me MonO. GG well played. Congratulations, Creator. He does close it out for his team. And with that, if we lose, it's Crank's fault. Looks like it's not Crank's fault. Not yet. It's not his fault yet, baby. Aye. But GG well played. Congratulations here to If We Lose, It's Crank's fault, as they do claim the win. Trap and Creator pulling it off for themselves. And with that, we're going to be going on a break. Here. When we return, when we come back, we will have our next and final series of the broadcast. It's going to be Team UED versus CRHB. We'll see you soon after the break. Before we reveal those teams, see you soon.